Hey everyone, it is Jess from fillyourbooks.com. I'm here with my amazing student Kelsey. We're almost to
Hi.
the end of her 90 days, but we're just chatting, and I just felt like this was a perfect time to start to share a little bit about how far she's come, a little bit about her story, have you guys get to know who Kelsey is, right? So Kelsey, you kick us off. Let us know a little bit about you, where you're from, how you got started in the industry, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. So I'm from Wisconsin, the Madison area. I got started in the industry as an apprentice, actually, and was at a like full service salon and spa for about 6 years before I went out on my own. Um, and I really just love everything hair. um,
You love Vivids,
uh,
right?
what?
You love doing the Vivids, the creative color.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
the vivids. I love corrective color, anything that like really gets my brain working on the color wheel.
Yeah.
Um, and it's been just so great to get out on my own and like focus on those things that I really love too. And
When did you go out on your own?
so I went out on my own. I opened up here on July 1st. So and it was definitely a little bit scary because I had taken 3 months off of work in between leaving the salon I was at and opening up here. So I knew there was a good possibility that a lot of my previous clients had already found someone new. Um, but it was so worth it.
So
And I think
you
I've built an even better clientele because of it. I've had more room for clients that I really love.
amazing. You started in your suite beginning of July, your space,
Mhm.
right? And then you came on board with us at the end of August. What were you
Mhm.
struggling with at that time? Why did you decide to come into Fill Your Books at the end of August?
Um, I really just had no idea what I was doing with marketing. I felt like I was spending so much time like creating posts and reels and all this stuff that like would get all these views, but then it didn't really mean anything because I wasn't getting any bookings from it. Um, and I had tried like boosting my posts a few times and those things and never got any good results. I didn't know how to go about like creating ads, um, and just figuring out how to talk to people and how to consult with them, over the phone or on social media, and kind of gain that trust and feel like they already trust me when they're coming in. And
Yeah.
yeah.
So when
I
so
just
when you were on the call, right, when you initially signed up, you were talking to Jennifer, right? And what were your hopes? What were you hoping to get out of this in terms of like results? Like, did you expect to like maybe work on other elements of you? Like maybe it was like procrastination that was getting in the way that maybe you didn't realize, or was there a certain amount of money that you're hoping to be able to see as an increase, or what were some of the like tangible things that you're like, if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to invest in myself, like this is what my hope is. This is what I want to get out of it. What were those things?
um well, I knew I needed to do something about my procrastination because it was just so hard to like get motivated and start, especially when you don't know where to start. Um, and I guess initially I had set the goal of like hitting a 10K month. Um, I think I kind of just picked that because it was like a nice round number. um, but really, I wanted to be able to make this work, and I knew even though I wasn't successful right away before I started here, I knew like I did not want to go back to working for someone else. I loved the freedom and I just knew that I needed to make it work because I needed to be happy and actually make money.
Yeah.
um,
And like there's so many things, like having that freedom, right? Because there was also in the place that you're at some expectations that didn't really align with you either. And
mhm,
to be able to break free from that and be your own person and not have to go back into these like these other standards and things, like that would be more uncomfortable than maybe some of the things that you found having to do within
yeah.
this process, right? Of like learning and growing and reaching out. How do you
Mhm.
feel like that, like your communication has helped you with your results through this program? Like what changes have you seen now that you know what to do and now that you have had that guidance? Like what were some of the things that if you were to bottle it up and share with someone that you would say to them that helped or made a difference?
Um, um,
I know earlier we were talking about like the scripts were something that really helped you and having that structure, and that you were able to shift from this one way of talking to people that you thought was the right way, and you were able
mhm,
to like embrace like your personality, right? And really live
mhm.
into like what you wanted out of your career.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the scripts really helped me to realize that it's not just all like purely business. Like it is, but um just bringing more of my personality into it and like actually showing that I care about these people because I do. I just didn't realize, I guess, that I need to express that and how important that is. And it's really helped me to build a clientele that aligns with me and that just enjoys being here, and I enjoy working with them, and it's just made a huge difference.
Yeah, I love that. I feel like you are building your tribe, and I feel like you're able to embrace your personality and actually make true connections with people and not worry about it
Mhm,
feeling like so one way professional where it would come off as salesy or disconnect because the
mhm,
people that you wanted to vibe with weren't vibing with the person that you thought you had to be in order to get them in your space. And now you've been able to embrace who Kelsey is and just be
mhm.
like, hey, like here I am, fun hair, loving to do fun hair. Like, let's go. You seem like my type of person. I want to connect with you because I like that, right? And it's like, oh wow, thank you. Like, and having that kind of conversation. So what results have you had through this journey that you would be open to sharing about?
Um, well, I very quickly started getting booked up. Um, at first, it was almost overwhelming because I had gone from like a couple of clients a week to a couple of clients every single day. Um, and then getting into like, oh my gosh, I am like running out of spots to book people and feeling a little bit overwhelmed by that, but also it made me feel more secure in my business and more, um, yeah, I guess just more secure. And um,
Do you feel like you're at risk of having to go back to that other type of place?
no.
What does it look like for you now? What do you see your future kind of looking like, the outlook?
um, like for the salon or financially.
Yeah, in general, like I think our business and our personal life like marry together when we start to own our own, right? And we're our own boss. And it's like sometimes we come into this for that freedom. And and that stability and that income and that predictability and consistency and security, like of, you know, being able to maybe take a vacation and like we can let our foot off and be okay. Like what is it for you that like maybe you were struggling to see before that now you can see for yourself because you have the tools and you have, you know, that reassurance that you can connect with people in the way that you naturally would want to connect and that it works for you, and now you don't have to wonder where to start, like you know exactly what to do, like what
Yeah.
now like how does that feel, like what does that look like are you excited, like are you looking forward to the future, do you have plans?
Um, yeah, I mean, it definitely feels great to be in a place where I'm not so concerned about like, am I gonna make enough to cover rent next week kind of thing. Um, and knowing that I have the skills I need to like maybe I'm really booked up right now and I can kind of back off a little bit, but then if I see that I have some space I need to fill up, I have those skills I need to just go out and get those clients. And that really, that whole shift in mindset of just like everything I do will impact what happens with my business, and realizing that I can just go out and get more clients and apply these strategies and feel secure that I'll be able to keep growing and building. And I
What would
would like to expand at some point, have a little bit bigger space.
yeah, oh I can't wait for that, I hope you reach out and like celebrate that with us when you get there. um if you if you were to know somebody was watching you that could really relate to like you, your personality, the things that you want, like, you know, what advice would you give to them? What would you share to them that your biggest takeaway was? Like anything that you feel like would have spoken to you before you came in to fill your books?
Um, I think my biggest takeaway is just how important it is to be yourself and stay true to yourself. And as scary as that seemed, feeling like, people weren't going to accept me, or people like some of my clients that I already had were going to stop seeing me because of certain things. Um, but realizing that there are people out there for everyone, and the people that really connect with you are going to find you and you're going to find them, and it's going to be so much better at the end of the day. And just I feel so much less exhausted at the end of the day because I can be myself and I'm not like putting on this fake, businesswoman persona. um and yeah, I think just staying true to yourself is so important in this career, because it's like all you do is talk to people, and if you can enjoy the people you talk to, that makes such a difference.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, think about it. Someone can see your talent and then see somebody else's talent. And if there's nothing else to connect with other than just like, cool, like that both looks good to me, all they have left to compare to is like, all right, well, like, what's the price? Or like, am I going to like this person, want to spend that few hours with them? So if you can
Yeah.
kind of get out and share that with like with other people, share about you, then it's like, oh wow, okay, like now this kind of like adds more value. She's like a tier above this other person that I also see who is talented, but I don't really connect with them. Like really like her, and I follow her for more than just like her talent. Like I love her values, I love her interests, like they are in common in alignment with me, right? And it makes a huge difference. So yes, I think to your point, I agree. Being yourself is so important, and it saves you the energy from trying to be somebody else while trying to do the passion and the thing that you love to do. Like you don't have to be one thing to have that. You can be yourself and have that, you know, and that's a really powerful thing that I think, you know, I've seen in you coming through this is like that ability to just be you and embrace that and share that and be comfortable with that and go through the discomfort of maybe putting yourself out there because the whole time you were programmed to think one thing, and it was like, well, this doesn't feel like anything I've ever been told to do, but I'm going to
Mhm.
do it. And it's uncomfortable, but I'm going to lean into it. And look at how you've grown and how your business has reflected your growth, right? So,
Mhm.
would you recommend, you know, somebody else to come into this group? Do you recommend Fill Your Books?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Did you feel like it was like
Yeah.
a supportive space that like you really, really were accepted in, and that you're taken care of and all your questions were answered and you just felt supported?
Yeah. It was really great to know that I'm gonna leave with these new skills, and it's not like just someone doing it for me, or doing all my marketing for me, because then I'm always paying someone else to do that for me. And now I know that it's not that hard and I can do it myself, and probably works out better that way because I'm making connections directly with
Yeah.
potential clients.
I was just gonna say it would be like having somebody else do the color for you. Like no one's gonna have your
Mhm.
touch. No one can replace the amazingness of Kelsey. Like it's you, and that's what people love, and that's how you're gonna find your ideal clients, not through somebody else like trying to guess. It's like you have the power, you now have the control. Now you can take all of these things with you for the rest of your career and just like feel that confidence in moving forward in whatever you do, wherever you decide to move. If you decide to add on another service, like you know you can do it, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, if anybody else is watching this and you guys connected with Kelsey and you are like, I want to know a little bit about what she is talking about, come to fillyourbooks.com, watch a couple more testimonials, hear from other students, fill out an application, and chat with one of our success coaches and just find out more. It does not hurt to just find out more information. It could lead you to a decision that can actually change the trajectory of your business, of your life. You never know. And so find out, and I will see you guys later.